Do you believe that God designed you to struggle, to knock on doors that refuse to open, to search endlessly for something that already exists within you? No. That is the greatest deception of this world. You were never meant to look for a job. You were never meant to chase after anything. The moment you begin searching, you admit that you lack, and when you affirm lack, you create more of it. God placed within you the power to call forth whatever you need. But instead of using this power, you have been conditioned to believe that work, effort, and struggle are the only way. This is a lie. Ask yourself, when have you ever truly received something by force? When has worry ever delivered your desires? It never has, because the key was never in the search, but in the knowing. A man who knows he is wealthy does not wake up searching for money. A man who knows he is loved does not chase affection. And a man who knows he is chosen does not beg for opportunities. God said, "Be still and know that I am God." Not work hard, not beg, not worry, but know. So if you have been looking for a job, stop. If you have been looking for security, stop. Instead, turn inward. See yourself already in possession of what you seek. Live in the end. Feel the relief, the joy, the certainty of already having it. And when you do, watch how effortlessly it comes. Doors will open where there were none. Opportunities will call to you. Because God never told you to look for anything. He told you to believe and receive. Everything you experience in life is a direct reflection of your internal world. The circumstances, the people, the opportunities, and even the challenges that appear before you are not random occurrences. They are projections of the beliefs you hold within. If you truly grasp this, you will understand that nothing is happening to you. It is all happening through you. The moment you realize this, you stop being a victim of life and become the master of it. From the time you were born, you were conditioned to believe that the external world holds the answers to your desires. You were taught that success comes from hard work, that love comes from another person, that happiness is found in material gain. But what if none of that were true? What if everything you seek is already within you, waiting to be recognized and expressed? The truth is, the world is simply a mirror reflecting your deepest assumptions, whether you are conscious of them or not. If you believe the world is a cruel and unfair place, it will present you with evidence to confirm that belief. You will encounter obstacles, unkind people, and situations that reinforce your assumption. But if you believe that life is unfolding perfectly for you, that you are always guided, always provided for, then the world will shape itself to reflect that truth. It is not the world that changes first. It is you. Your thoughts, emotions, and dominant beliefs are shaping your experiences right now. If you look around at your life and see lack, struggle, or limitations, understand that they are not forces outside of you controlling your fate. They are simply reflections of the assumptions you have accepted as true. You do not need to fight against them, complain about them, or fear them. You simply need to change the cause, the state of mind that is producing them. Most people try to change their external conditions without addressing their internal reality. They chase after money, love, or recognition, hoping that acquiring them will bring peace. But even when they succeed, they soon find themselves feeling empty again, needing more. Why? Because they have not addressed the source. A person who feels unworthy will continue to manifest situations that reinforce that unworthiness. No matter how much they achieve, a person who feels abundant will always attract abundance, even if they start with nothing. So the question is, what are you assuming to be true about yourself? Do you see yourself as powerful, as worthy, as someone who naturally attracts what they desire? Or do you see yourself as someone who must struggle, who must prove their worth, who must fight for what they want? The world will only ever confirm what you assume. To transform your reality, you must first transform your inner world. This means becoming deeply aware of your thoughts, your self-talk, and the emotions you habitually entertain. It is not enough to simply wish for a better life. You must step into the version of yourself who already has it. If you desire love, you must feel loved now. If you desire wealth, you must embody the feeling of abundance now. The external world is always lagging behind your inner world. It will catch up once you make the shift. This is why many people feel stuck. They are waiting for the world to change so they can feel different, not realizing that the world is waiting for them to change first. When you take responsibility for your reality, you reclaim your power. You no longer react to life, you direct it. You no longer beg for opportunities, they find you. You no longer seek approval, you radiate confidence. The external world is not your master, it is your servant. It reflects you perfectly, without fail. If you want to know what you truly believe about yourself, look at your life. It is the most honest feedback you will ever receive. And if you do not like what you see, do not resist it. Change it from within. You were never meant to search outside yourself for what already exists within. You are not here to chase, to struggle, or to hope that life will be kind to you. You are here to declare, to assume, to know that what you desire is already yours. And when you do, the world will have no choice but to reflect that truth back to you. You were never meant to chase, to struggle, or to beg for what is already yours. The idea that you must exhaust yourself to receive the blessings of life is a belief imposed by the world, not by God. From the moment you were created, everything you would ever need was already set in place for you. Your only task is to align with it, to receive it, and to trust that it is already done. When you chase something, you affirm that it is separate from you. You send a message to yourself and the world that you do not have it. And by doing so, you create more distance between you and your desire. But when you receive, you acknowledge that what you seek is already within reach. You shift from a state of lack to a state of fulfillment, and life responds accordingly. Look at nature. Does the sun chase the sky? Do the rivers beg the ocean to accept their flow? No. Everything moves in harmony, effortlessly aligning with its purpose. The trees do not struggle to grow, they simply absorb the light and water given to them, and growth happens naturally. The birds do not wake up in fear of lack. They trust that the earth will provide. You too are part of this divine design. You were never meant to live in desperation, to run after things as if they were escaping you. What is meant for you cannot be lost. God has placed within you the power to call forth everything you need. When you align with this power, you no longer operate from desperation. You no longer seek approval, opportunities, or love from a place of lack. Instead, you stand in the certainty that all things are already moving in your favor. And when you do this, life becomes effortless. The world has taught you to believe in struggle. It has conditioned you to think that success comes only to those who work the hardest, that love is something you must prove yourself worthy of, that opportunities must be fought for. But have you ever noticed that those who truly succeed, those who seem to attract everything with ease, are the ones who do not chase? They carry a knowing, an unshakable faith that what they desire is already theirs. They do not beg, they allow. They do not force, they receive. If you find yourself in a constant state of seeking, take a step back and ask yourself, what am I affirming with my actions? Am I declaring that I lack? Am I acting as if what I desire is separate from me? The moment you shift your perception, the moment you start seeing yourself as already in possession of what you desire, the chase ends. You do not need to run after anything, it will come to you naturally. God never intended for you to beg for what is rightfully yours. Imagine a child asking their parent for food and the parent responding, only if you prove yourself worthy. That would be absurd. And yet that is how so many approach life, believing that they must earn what is already freely given. But God does not withhold. What you desire is not a matter of worthiness. It is a matter of alignment. The key to receiving is in your state of being. You must assume the feeling of already having what you seek. If you desire love, feel love now. If you desire success, embody the energy of success now. The external world is simply a reflection of your internal state. The moment you stop chasing and start receiving, you will notice something miraculous. The things you once ran after will begin to seek you. Opportunities will arise effortlessly, people will appear at the right time, and doors you never knocked on will open before you. This is not wishful thinking, this is divine law. The more you chase, the more you affirm separation. But the more you trust, the more you allow what is already yours to come to you. Let go of the struggle. Release the need to force things into existence. Stand in the knowing that you were never meant to chase, but to receive. And when you do, life will flow to you in ways beyond your imagination. Everything you experience in life is shaped by the assumptions you hold within. Your world is not happening to you, it is happening through you. What you assume to be true becomes your reality, and what you persist in imagining will inevitably take form in your life. You are not at the mercy of circumstances, for circumstances are only reflections of your inner state. The only reality that exists is the one you create in your imagination. Most people believe that the physical world is the ultimate truth, that what they see and touch determines what is real. But the unseen is far more powerful than the seen. Everything that exists today was once only an idea, a thought, an image held in the mind. The chair you sit on, the building you stand in, the life you live, all were first imagined before they became real. This is the nature of creation. It begins in the mind and then manifests outwardly. If you truly understand this, you will stop reacting to life as if it is something separate from you. Instead, you will realize that life is responding to you, mirroring back to you the state of your consciousness. When you assume lack, you will walk into situations that confirm your assumption. You will see evidence of struggle, of limitation, of things not working out in your favor. But this is not because the world is against you. It is because you have accepted the idea of lack as true. Your mind is the projector, and life is simply the screen reflecting what you believe. Change the projection and the picture must change. And the same is true for abundance. When you assume that life is full, that you are always provided for, that opportunities flow effortlessly to you, then the world has no choice but to confirm it. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time. You will meet people who open doors for you. Solutions will appear before problems even arise. This is not coincidence. This is law. Many people struggle because they live only in reaction to the physical world, forgetting that they are the cause of it. They see lack and they reinforce it by believing in it even more. They feel rejected and they assume they are unworthy, which only brings them more rejection. But those who understand the power of imagination do not allow the external world to dictate their inner state. They do not wait for evidence to believe in something. They believe in it first, and then the evidence appears. The world will always conform to what you persist in assuming. If you wish to change your life, you must first change your inner conversation. What are you telling yourself daily? What images are you entertaining in your mind? If you are constantly thinking of failure, do not be surprised when you experience it. If you are always dwelling on being unloved, do not be shocked when you attract more loneliness. The mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. It simply accepts what you impress upon it and brings it to life. This is why it is so important to assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Do not wait for things to change before you feel abundant, loved, or successful. Feel it now. Walk in the knowing that it is already done. Speak as if you have already received what you desire. Think from the place of fulfillment, not from the place of longing. The world will adjust itself to match the new state you occupy. Some may doubt this, believing that circumstances are fixed and that life is simply a matter of fate. But those who have tested the power of imagination know the truth. The only fate that exists is the one you create. If you accept limitations, they will rule your life. But if you choose to believe in the unseen, if you persist in assuming the reality you desire, then nothing is impossible. You do not need to struggle, chase, or fight against the world. You only need to change the assumption that is creating it. Assume abundance and you will live in abundance. Assume love and you will be surrounded by it. Assume success and doors will open before you. The world is not separate from you, it is you pushed outward. Your imagination is the only reality. Shape it wisely and life will reflect its beauty back to you. Desire is not random. It is not something you create on your own, nor is it something you must fight for. Desire is God speaking to you, calling you toward the life that is already yours. The moment a vision of prosperity, love, or success enters your heart, it exists in the unseen realm. You do not need to struggle for it, nor do you need to earn it through effort. Your only task is to awaken to it, to recognize that it is already yours, and to allow it to unfold in your life. Most people misunderstand desire. They see it as a sign of lack, as something they must chase. They believe that wanting something means they do not yet have it, and so they spend their lives running after dreams that seem just out of reach. But this is an illusion. The very fact that you desire something is proof that it is already yours. If it were not meant for you, it would not have entered your awareness at all. The feeling of desire is God's way of showing you what is possible, what is waiting for you the moment you align with it. Think of a radio. The station you wish to hear is already being broadcast, but you must tune in to the right frequency to receive it. In the same way, your desire already exists in the unseen. You simply need to shift your consciousness to match it. When you desire wealth, it is because the reality of wealth is calling you. When you desire love, it is because love is already prepared for you. When you desire success, it is because success is waiting for you to claim it. You are not creating something new. You are awakening to what has always been yours. The mistake many make is in thinking they must work for what they desire. They believe they must prove their worth, struggle and fight against the world to receive what is naturally theirs. But God does not place a desire in your heart only to make you suffer for it. The struggle is never in receiving. The struggle is only in believing that you must struggle. When you release the need to fight, when you let go of the belief that you must force things into being, you will see how effortlessly life unfolds. To awaken to your desire, you must first accept that it is already done. You must live in the feeling of its fulfillment, knowing that the unseen is just as real as the seen. This is why faith is so powerful. It is the ability to see beyond appearances, to trust in what the world cannot yet see. The moment you believe that your desire is already yours, life will rearrange itself to reflect that belief. Some may argue that desire leads to disappointment, that to want something is to set yourself up for failure. But this only happens when you treat desire as something outside of yourself, something to be obtained rather than something to be realized. The truth is, you do not chase after your desires, you assume them. You embody the state of already having what you want, and the world responds accordingly. You have been taught to believe in effort, in struggle, in competition. But look at how effortlessly the sun rises each morning, how the seasons change without force, how the rivers flow to the ocean without resistance. Nature does not struggle, and neither should you. When you align with the truth that your desire is already yours, you will experience the same effortless flow. You will no longer seek, you will simply receive. Let go of the idea that you must work for what is already given. Let go of the belief that you are separate from what you desire. Trust that the vision placed in your heart is not a test, not a tease, but a promise. Your only responsibility is to align with it, to live in the knowing that it is done. And when you do, you will watch as your world shifts effortlessly to reflect the divine reality that has always been waiting for you. There is a profound difference between searching for something and knowing it is already yours. The search implies separation, a belief that what you desire is somewhere outside of you, waiting to be found. But the truth is, nothing is missing. The reality you seek already exists, and it is only your awareness of it that needs to shift. When you live in the end rather than in the search, the world has no choice but to rearrange itself to reflect your certainty. Most people live in a constant state of seeking. They seek love, they seek wealth, they seek happiness, always believing that these things exist somewhere beyond their current experience. And because they continue to affirm that they do not have what they want, life continues to show them the absence of it. Seeking reinforces the idea that you lack, and whatever you persistently assume, you will experience. But when you live in the end, you stop searching and start being. You no longer look for signs of your manifestation. You embody the feeling of already having it. You carry yourself as if it were done. You think, speak, and act from the place of fulfillment, not from the place of wanting. This is the key difference between those who struggle and those who effortlessly receive. One is always reaching, while the other has already arrived. Imagine an actor preparing for a role. The moment they step on stage, they do not act as if they are becoming the character, they are the character. They fully assume the identity, speaking, moving, and thinking as that person. And because they commit to the role, the audience believes it too. The same is true for you. When you assume the state of your fulfilled desire, life itself becomes the stage that conforms to your assumption. Many hesitate to do this because they are waiting for proof. They want to see the evidence before they believe. But that is not how creation works. The seen world is merely a reflection of the unseen. If you wait for physical proof before changing your assumption, you will always remain stuck in the loop of waiting. The moment you stop waiting and start knowing, everything shifts. Think of a person who desires to be wealthy. If they constantly tell themselves they are poor, if they check their bank account in disappointment, if they worry about every bill, they are living in the state of lack. But if they shift their assumption, if they begin to feel abundant, to walk with confidence, to make decisions from a place of prosperity rather than fear, their external world will begin to reflect this new inner state. Opportunities will arise, financial doors will open, and circumstances will shift to match their assumption. This is not magic, this is law. You do not need to figure out how it will happen. You only need to assume that it already has. When you live in the end, you trust that the unseen is just as real as the seen. You stop asking when and how because you already know it is done. Doubt is what keeps most people trapped in the search. They waver between belief and disbelief, constantly checking for signs, constantly questioning whether their desire will ever materialize. But faith does not waver. Faith does not ask for reassurance. Faith declares something is true, and in doing so, makes it true. You must embody the reality you desire before you see it. Do not wait for the world to give you permission to feel wealthy, loved, successful, or happy. Feel it now. Own it now. Walk as if it were already yours, and soon you will find that it is. The moment you stop seeking and start knowing, the world will move to reflect your certainty. It must, because the world is simply a mirror of your inner state. Faith is the invisible bridge between what is seen and what is yet to be seen. It is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not yet visible. But to many, faith feels uncertain, like a fragile hope rather than an unshakable truth. This is where most people struggle. They believe only in what they can see with their eyes, touch with their hands, and measure with logic. But the greatest truth of life exists beyond the senses. Your desires are already fulfilled in ways beyond your understanding, and your only task is to trust, not to chase. When you chase something, you affirm that it is separate from you. You believe it is outside of your reach, and in doing so, you push it further away. But when you trust, when you move with the certainty that it is already done, you allow it to come to you effortlessly. Faith is not about forcing reality to change. It is about aligning yourself with the reality that already exists in the unseen. Imagine planting a seed. You do not dig it up every day to check if it is growing. You trust that beneath the soil the process is unfolding. You water it, give it sunlight, and know that in time it will break through the surface. Faith works the same way. The moment you desire something, the seed is planted. Your belief, your trust is the water that nourishes it. If you worry, doubt, or try to force its growth, you disrupt the natural process. But when you trust, when you live as though your desire is already on its way, it must manifest. Many people think that faith means waiting passively, but this is not true. Faith is an active knowing. It is the ability to walk forward even when you do not yet see the path beneath your feet. It is the willingness to act as though what you desire is already yours, to speak, think, and move in alignment with that reality. You do not wait for proof, you become the proof through your conviction. Look at the great figures of history, those who changed the world in ways others thought impossible. They did not wait for evidence before believing. They believed first and the evidence followed. Whether in science, art, business, or spirituality, every great breakthrough came from someone who trusted in an unseen reality before the world recognized it. The same principle applies to your life. You must trust in your desire's fulfillment before it becomes visible. Doubt is the greatest enemy of faith. When you doubt, you send mixed signals to the universe. One moment you believe, the next you question. This back and forth prevents the bridge from forming between the unseen and the seen. Faith must be unwavering. You must hold to your vision even when nothing in the physical world suggests it is possible. The mind will always try to interfere, asking, but how, when, where will it come from? This is not your concern. Your only responsibility is to assume it is already done. Trust that unseen forces are working on your behalf, arranging circumstances, guiding people, and shifting reality in ways you cannot yet perceive. The universe operates beyond human understanding, and when you surrender control, you allow things to unfold in ways greater than you could ever plan. When you live with faith, you walk differently. You no longer carry desperation or anxiety. You no longer try to manipulate circumstances. You rest in the knowing that what is meant for you is already yours. You speak with confidence, move with purpose, and trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Faith is the bridge. It connects the world of thought to the world of form. It turns the invisible into the visible. The moment you stop chasing and start trusting, you will see that what you sought was never far. It was simply waiting for you to believe. Everything you seek is already within you. The world you experience is nothing more than a reflection of your assumptions, your beliefs, and the state of being you choose to embody. There is no need to chase, no need to struggle, only the need to awaken to the truth that what you desire is already yours. You are not here to beg for opportunities, but to align with them. Your purpose is not to search endlessly, but to live in the certainty that what is meant for you is unfolding effortlessly. Your imagination shapes your reality. Your desires are divine guidance. And your faith is the bridge between the unseen and the seen. When you stop looking, stop doubting, and start knowing, the world will rearrange itself to match your inner conviction. What you assume to be true will be made real. So walk as if you have already received, trust that all things are working in your favor, and let life unfold in perfect harmony. Thank you. Imagine for a moment that you are not simply living, but crafting a destiny so grand it echoes through time. This is not mere fantasy. It is the first stone laid in the foundation of your empire. What I'm asking of you is not toil, not struggle, but the assumption of greatness that already resides within you. Every empire begins in the unseen. The pyramids of Egypt, the cathedrals of Europe, the skyscrapers of modern cities, they were all first built in the mind of their creators. If you wish to build an empire, you must begin in the same place, with your imagination. See the structure rise before your eyes. Feel the solidity of its walls. Hear the voices of those who admire it. All of it must live vividly within you before it can exist around you. To build an empire, you must become its architect. You cannot wait for circumstances to align, you must align them yourself. Take on the role of the builder. Walk, talk, and think as though you are already the ruler of this magnificent domain. Does a king or queen doubt the strength of their throne? No. They stand firm, commanding their world with certainty. Could you put yourself in the shoes of this king going downhill? Against that background, would there be any struggle? Let us be clear. This is not about arrogance, but about certainty. Certainty that what you desire is already yours. You do not have to beg for the materials to build your empire. They will come to you, drawn by the power of your assumption. Feel the satisfaction of the end result. Allow yourself to experience the pride of looking upon the work completed, even before the first brick is laid. But understand this, the mind is a precise instrument. It cannot serve two masters. If you let doubt or fear linger, you weaken the foundation. Be disciplined in thought. Your empire requires focused attention and unwavering faith. No matter what your eyes see, hold on to the vision within you. And then act. Act not as one hoping to achieve, but as one who has already achieved. Your steps, your words, your decisions, they must reflect the identity of someone who is building something monumental. Each day, act as if the empire is already yours. Persist. The builder of an empire does not abandon their tools when storms come. They do not pause because the work feels long. They persist, knowing that what they are creating is inevitable. Your life is the empire you are here to build. You are the ruler, the architect, and the visionary. Act as if your empire already stands tall, and soon it will rise before you. The world will marvel at your creation. But you will know the truth. It was always there, waiting for you to assume it into being. Every great achievement, every monumental creation, and every enduring legacy begins, not in the hands or through action, but in the quiet, invisible recesses of the mind. The mind is the blueprint, the place where all things take form before they manifest in the world. The world outside, no matter how solid or real it may seem, is but a reflection of the world within you. Unless the self-control falters, and unless we control our mind, the world is by the same token, is but a reflection of the world within you. What you see, experience, and interact with in your external reality is nothing more than the echo of your inner assumptions, beliefs, and imaginings. No empire has ever risen without first existing in the imagination of its builder. Long before the first stone is laid or the first plan is drawn, the vision must be alive in the mind. The builder sees the towering structures, the bustling cities, and the thriving communities long before anyone else can even fathom their existence. This inner vision is more real to the creator than the physical reality surrounding them. It is this clarity of vision, this absolute conviction, that allows them to transform the invisible into the visible. I'll be right back with your lesson. The same principle applies to your life. Everything you experience is the result of what you hold within your mind. If your thoughts are scattered, your life will reflect that chaos. If your thoughts are focused, deliberate, and aligned with a specific vision, your reality will naturally organize itself around that intent. It is not a question of whether this law works. It is always working. The only question is whether you are using it consciously or unconsciously. Think of the mind as a canvas and your thoughts as the brushstrokes. Every thought you entertain is painting your future, whether you realize it or not. Most people allow their thoughts to wander aimlessly, never realizing they are creating a masterpiece of mediocrity. But those who understand that the mind is the blueprint become deliberate in their thinking. They take hold of the brush and begin to paint with purpose. Surround yourself with the best kind of thoughts. The thoughts can be inspirational. The thoughts can make an impact. The thoughts can permeate. They see not what is, but what could be. And they hold that vision until it takes shape in the physical world. Sehem Eles, this process requires discipline. The mind, left unchecked, tends to dwell on fear, doubt, and limitation. These are the shadows that distort your blueprint and weaken the foundation of your empire. To create a life of greatness, you must train your mind to focus on the end result, to see only the desired outcome and to disregard anything that contradicts it. This is not a denial of reality, but an acknowledgement that reality is fluid, shaped by the power of your thoughts. Imagine a builder standing before an empty plot of land. To an onlooker, it may appear barren and lifeless, but the builder sees the potential. They see the grand structures that will one day stand there, the vibrant life that will fill the space. The builder does not focus on the emptiness. They focus on the vision of what is to come. This vision guides every decision, every action, and every step of the process. That was the seed of every decision, every action, and every step of the process. The same is true for you. Your mind must hold the vision of the life you wish to create, even when your external circumstances appear barren. You must believe in your vision so deeply that it becomes more real to you than your current reality. When you do this, you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with that vision, and the world begins to shift to match it. Doors will open, opportunities will arise, and circumstances will rearrange themselves to bring your vision to life. It is not magic. It is the natural law of creation. The world outside is a mirror. If you look into it and do not like what you see, the answer is not to try to change the reflection. The answer is to change the image within. This is why so many people fail to transform their lives. They focus all their energy on altering the external without ever addressing the internal. But when you realize that your mind is the source, you understand that true change begins within. Every great empire that has ever existed was first built in the mind. It is a process of creation that begins with imagination, fueled by belief, and brought into reality through focused intention. If you can see it in your mind, and if you can hold that vision with unwavering faith, there is no force in the world that can stop it from becoming real. So, I urge you to take control of your blueprints. Guard your thoughts with vigilance, for they are the seeds of your future. Plant only what you wish to see grow, and trust that the process will unfold. The world will always reflect what is within you. Your task is not to fight against the reflection, but to shape the image it reflects. Everything you desire, everything you dream of, begins within. Your mind is the blueprint, and you are the creator. Inside everything, to create the life you desire, you must first see yourself as its builder, the architect of your destiny. Nothing happens by chance, and no circumstance is beyond your influence when you recognize the power you hold within. You are not a passive participant in life reacting to what is given to you. Instead, you are the creator, shaping every experience, every relationship, and every opportunity through the power of your imagination and belief. And to assume the role of the builder is to take responsibility for your life. It means stepping away from the mindset of a victim and claiming the position of authority over your existence. A builder does not wait for the environment to provide favorable conditions. They create those conditions. They do not allow obstacles to dictate their progress. Instead, they adapt and persevere until their vision is realized. Slowly, they fill the gaps in their vision of themselves, while the vision of the external world is created by the conditions of their exterior. This shift in perspective is the foundation upon which all transformation begins. Imagine an architect planning a grand structure. Before any materials are gathered or construction begins, they have a clear and vivid picture of the finished result. Every detail is meticulously designed in their mind: the layout, the purpose, the aesthetic. This mental image guides every step of the process. The architect does not second-guess their vision. They trust it completely and move forward with confidence. Nevertheless, to build your life, you must approach your dreams in the same way. See yourself as the architect, holding the vision of what you want so firmly that it becomes an undeniable reality within you. Belief is the cornerstone of this process. Without belief, even the most detailed plan will falter. The architect of your destiny must be unwavering in their faith, not in the external world, but in the internal power that creates all things. It is not enough to wish for a better life. You must believe with absolute certainty that you are capable of creating it. This belief does not rely on evidence from the outside world. It is a knowing that stems from within, a conviction that what you imagine is already yours, even if the physical proof has not yet appeared. When you assume the role of the builder, your actions begin to align with your vision. You no longer act as someone hoping for change or waiting for circumstances to improve. Instead, you act as if the life you desire is already unfolding. Your decisions, your thoughts, and your demeanor all reflect the confidence of someone who knows they are in control. This is not arrogance, it is alignment. The builder understands that the outer world will rearrange itself to match the inner conviction, and they move through life with this quiet assurance. Obstacles may arise, as they often do in any building process, but the builder does not see these as insurmountable. Instead, they view them as opportunities to refine their vision, to strengthen their resolve, and to demonstrate their unwavering belief. Challenges are not signs of failure. They are part of the process, moments that test the strength of your inner conviction. When you encounter setbacks, remind yourself that they are temporary. The vision you hold within you is eternal and unyielding, and it will manifest if you remain steadfast. If you do this today, you will manifest the wish of your heart. You will manifest the wish of your mind. This process requires discipline. The mind is not naturally focused. It tends to wander, to doubt, to fear, but the builder trains their mind to remain fixed on the vision. They do not allow fleeting emotions or external circumstances to sway them. They hold the image of their desire with unwavering clarity, returning to it again and again, no matter what distractions arise. Like storm clouds, they travel on through the night until they reach new places of pure knowledge. Over time, this focused attention becomes second nature, and the vision grows stronger, more vivid, until it feels as real as the world around you. To assume the role of the builder also means taking inspired action. While the foundation of your destiny is built in the mind, the physical world responds to movement. When you act with intention, as though your vision is already true, you set in motion a chain of events that align with your belief. Opportunities appear, connections are made, and resources flow toward you, all because you are moving in harmony with the reality you are creating. These actions are not born out of desperation or fear. They are expressions of the confidence and certainty that you carry within you. In your role as the builder, you begin to see life differently. You realize that every moment is an opportunity to create, every decision a chance to align with your vision. You no longer wait for permission or validation from others. Instead, you trust your inner guidance, knowing that it is leading you toward the fulfillment of your destiny. You become the architect of your own story, crafting it with intention, purpose, and unwavering belief. Step into this role fully. See yourself as the builder, the creator, the architect of your life. Hold your vision with conviction, act with confidence, and persist with faith. In doing so, you will not only transform your reality, but also come to understand the limitless power that has always been within you. The life you desire is not something you find. It is something you build, one thought, one action, and one moment at a time. The true foundation of your empire lies not in the amount of effort you exert, nor in the relentless pursuit of external achievements. It is built on a far more subtle yet infinitely powerful principle, the feeling of already having achieved it. The mind is the architect, yes, but the heart is the force that breathes life into the vision. It is the feeling, the emotional conviction, that transforms mere thought into tangible reality. Without it, even the most detailed plans remain lifeless, inert. But when you cultivate the feeling of your desire already fulfilled, you activate a creative power that nothing in the world can resist. Feeling is the secret ingredient that bridges the gap between imagination and manifestation. To merely think about your goals is not enough. Thought alone lacks the energy required to bring forth your vision. But when your thoughts are imbued with the feeling of already having what you desire, you align yourself with the outcome as though it is already yours. In that state, you no longer ask or wish, you know. And you know more than any human being living daily today that except for yourself, you are no longer separate from your goal, you are one with it. Think of it like this. If you were to construct a grand building, you wouldn't lay the foundation without a deep sense of certainty about the final structure. You wouldn't waste your energy doubting whether the building would stand or whether the materials would arrive. Instead, you would proceed with an inner assurance, fueled by the clear image of the finished masterpiece. Similarly, when you approach your desires, you must cultivate the feeling that they are already complete. This feeling is your foundation, stronger than any external circumstance and immune to doubt. To feel the end result, you must step into the version of yourself who already possesses what you seek. Imagine the life you desire in vivid detail, not as something distant, but as something happening now. What would it feel like to wake up each day in that life? How would you carry yourself? What emotions would fill your heart? Sit with these questions and let the answers come alive within you. Close your eyes and see yourself already there, living the life you've envisioned. When you see this vision, awaken the life you've envisioned. Allow those feelings to rise, to take root in your being. This process is not an act of pretending, it is an act of embodying. You are not deceiving yourself by imagining your goal as already achieved. Instead, you are aligning yourself with the frequency of that reality, drawing it toward you with every thought and feeling. The universe does not respond to wishes or complaints, it responds to the energy you emit. When you feel the end result as real, you broadcast a signal of fulfillment, and the universe mirrors that back to you in the form of experiences, opportunities, and outcomes that match your state of being. Most people, however, get caught in the trap of focusing on what they lack. They fixate on the absence of their desires, and in doing so, they amplify that very absence. They wake up each day feeling the weight of what they do not have, and they wonder why their efforts seem futile. But the key is to reverse this pattern. Instead of dwelling on what is missing, turn your attention to the feeling of already having it. Even if your physical reality has not yet caught up, your inner reality is the seed from which all things grow. This practice requires faith, not in the sense of blind hope, but in the sense of knowing that the unseen is just as real as the seen. When a farmer plants a seed, they do not doubt that it will grow simply because they cannot see it beneath the soil. They water it, nurture it, and trust the process. Similarly, when you plant the seed of your desire in your mind, you must trust that it is already growing. The feeling of the end result is the nourishment that ensures its growth. There may be moments when doubt creeps in, moments when the external world seems to contradict your inner vision. But in those times, return to the feeling. Close your eyes and revisit the state of fulfillment. Let it wash over you, dissolving fear and uncertainty. The more you practice this, the stronger your connection to the desired reality becomes. It will begin to feel so natural, so real, that the outer world has no choice but to conform. Feeling the end result is not just about achieving a specific goal. It is about living from a place of abundance, joy, and confidence in every aspect of your life. When you make this a habit, you realize that you are not limited to the outcomes you once thought possible. You can create far beyond what you've ever imagined, simply by aligning your inner state with the reality you wish to experience. So let go of effort for its own sake. Release the need to push, to struggle, to force your desires into being. Instead, turn inward and feel the truth of your vision. Feel the joy, the satisfaction, the gratitude as though it is already yours. In that state, you are no longer seeking, you are claiming. and in claiming it within, you bring it to life without. This is the foundation of your empire, built not on effort but on the power of feeling. Discipline in thought is the cornerstone of creating anything meaningful in life. Just as an empire cannot rise on unstable foundations or scattered intentions, neither can your dreams manifest without focused mental clarity. Your mind is the control center of your reality, and every thought you entertain shapes the course of your life. To align yourself with the vision you seek, you must bring order to your thoughts, training them to serve your desired outcome rather than sabotaging it. This discipline is not restrictive. It is liberating, for it allows you to consciously create instead of unconsciously react. Investing involves risk and hinders imaginative thinking, because investing takes away control over your imagination. Most people go through life allowing their thoughts to wander aimlessly. Their minds are like untended gardens, overgrown with weeds of doubt, fear, and distraction. These weeds choke the growth of anything beautiful or purposeful. Without discipline, the mind becomes a chaotic place, incapable of sustaining the energy needed to bring dreams into reality. But when you commit to disciplining your thoughts, you clear the mental clutter and create fertile ground where the seeds of your vision can flourish. Discipline begins with awareness. You must become the observer of your mind, paying attention to the thoughts you habitually entertain. Are they aligned with the life you want to create, or are they reinforcing the limitations you wish to overcome? The thoughts you hold consistently act as instructions to your subconscious mind, which then works to manifest them in your reality. If your thoughts are scattered, contradictory, or rooted in fear, your life will reflect that confusion. But when your thoughts are focused, intentional, and aligned with your vision, you create a powerful force that shapes your reality in accordance with your desires. To discipline your thoughts, start by identifying the vision you wish to bring to life. Be specific. What does your ideal life look like? What does success feel like to you? What kind of person do you need to become to embody that reality? Once you have clarity about your vision, begin to align your thoughts with it. Every time a thought arises, ask yourself, does this support the life I want to create, or does it take me further from it? The mind is very powerful, but life keeps realizing itself with the success you choose to believe in. Life keeps you going in the right direction, and if the thought aligns with your vision, nurture it. If it does not, replace it with one that does. This process requires vigilance. The mind, left unchecked, often reverts to old patterns and negative habits. You might find yourself slipping into doubts, fears, or comparisons. When this happens, do not chastise yourself or give in to frustration. Instead, gently redirect your thoughts back to your vision. Treat your mind like a muscle that grows stronger with practice. The more you exercise control over your thoughts, the easier it becomes to maintain focus and clarity. Visualization is a powerful tool in this practice. Spend time each day immersing yourself in the mental picture of your desired outcome. Close your eyes and see it vividly, engaging all your senses. What does your ideal life look like? What does it sound like, feel like, even smell like? The more detailed and real this vision becomes in your mind, the easier it will be to align your thoughts with it. Visualization trains your mind to focus on what you want rather than what you fear, creating a sense of certainty that propels you toward your goals. Another critical aspect of disciplined thought is eliminating distractions. An empire cannot rise if its builders are constantly diverted by irrelevant pursuits. In the same way, your vision cannot manifest if your mental energy is scattered across too many unproductive or conflicting areas. Simplify your life where possible. Focus your time, energy, and attention on what truly matters, and let go of anything that does not serve your higher purpose. This might mean setting boundaries, saying no to unnecessary obligations, or limiting exposure to negativity and chaos. Disciplining your thoughts also means being mindful of the language you use, both internally and externally. Words carry immense creative power. Speak as though your vision is already a reality, and your subconscious mind will begin to align with that truth. Replace statements of doubt, I hope, I wish, or I don't know if I can, with declarations of certainty, I am, I have, it is done. The more you affirm your vision with conviction, the more natural it becomes to think, speak, and act in alignment with it. Gratitude becomes a creation and not a collection. Gratitude becomes a creation and not a distribution. Consistency is the key to building this mental discipline. It is not enough to focus on your vision occasionally or when it is convenient. The builder of an empire works with dedication every day, even when progress seems slow or obstacles appear insurmountable. Similarly, you must train your mind daily, holding your vision with unwavering faith regardless of external circumstances. The more consistent you are, the stronger your mental discipline becomes, and the faster your reality begins to shift. That disciplined thought is not about suppressing or denying emotions. You will encounter moments of doubt, frustration, or fear, and that is natural. The goal is not to eliminate these feelings, but to rise above them by returning to your vision. A disciplined mind is not a mind devoid of emotion. It is a mind that acknowledges emotions without allowing them to dictate its course. As you commit to this practice, you will notice a profound transformation. Your thoughts will become clearer, your actions more purposeful, and your results more aligned with your desires. You will no longer feel at the mercy of circumstances or overwhelmed by life's challenges. Instead, you will stand as the architect of your destiny, building your empire one disciplined thought at a time. This is the power of mental alignment, the ability to create a life that reflects the highest version of yourself. Confidence is not something you wait to develop after success arrives. It is the very foundation upon which success is built. To create an empire, whether it be a life of abundance, a thriving business, or a state of inner fulfillment, you must act with the confidence of someone who already possesses it. This means carrying yourself, thinking and moving through the world as though your empire already exists. Confidence is not arrogance, it is a quiet, unshakable knowing. It is the embodiment of faith in your vision and your ability to bring it to life. The key to this principle is understanding that your external reality will always mirror your internal state. If you act with doubt, hesitation, or insecurity, the world reflects that back to you in the form of obstacles, setbacks, and stagnation. But when you act with the confidence of completion, you signal to the universe and to yourself that your success is inevitable. In doing so, you align with the energy of your desired outcome, and doors begin to open that once seemed closed. End of footnote. Opportunities find you, resources flow to you, and people respond to you in ways that support your vision. And now we need to get into the third step, which is embracing the unknown. This is the true mystery of human activity. Acting with the confidence of completion does not mean waiting for everything to be perfect or for conditions to align before you take action. It means moving forward with certainty, even when you cannot yet see the full path ahead. Imagine the ruler of a kingdom. Do they walk hesitantly among their people, doubting their authority or second-guessing their decisions? Of course not. They move with assurance, not because they know every answer, but because they trust in their role and their ability to lead. Similarly, you must embody the identity of the person who has already achieved what you desire. Every move you make is connected with the mindset you undertake. This confidence must be present in every aspect of your being. It is in the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, and the choices you make each day. When you act as though your success is already assured, you send a clear message to your subconscious mind. This is who I am. And your subconscious, being the fertile ground for all creation, begins to bring your external reality into alignment with that identity. Start by visualizing yourself as the person you want to become. How would you stand? How would you walk into a room? What tone would your voice carry? What decisions would you make without hesitation? Embody these traits now, even if your circumstances have not yet caught up. Confidence is not dependent on external validation. It arises from within. When you carry yourself with the poise of someone who has already achieved their dreams, you begin to attract the conditions that reflect that reality. It's also important to remember that confidence is built through action. Waiting for confidence to magically appear is like waiting for a plant to grow without first planting a seed. Each time you take a step toward your goal, no matter how small, you reinforce your belief in yourself and your vision. Success is not achieved in one grand leap. It is the result of consistent, aligned action taken with faith and determination. Life is a battlefield. Each action you take with confidence strengthens your identity as someone capable of building and sustaining an empire. If you believe you can, and you start building, that empire will grow and grow capably. Even when faced with challenges, hold firmly to the identity of someone who has already succeeded. Challenges are not signs of failure, they are opportunities to grow stronger, to refine your vision, and to prove your resilience. When you act with the confidence of completion, you face obstacles with a sense of calm and purpose, knowing that they are simply part of the process. A ruler does not abandon their kingdom at the first sign of difficulty. They adapt, strategize, and move forward with unwavering belief in their ability to overcome. Such confidence also involves letting go of the need for approval from others. Building an empire requires you to stay true to your vision, even when others do not understand or support it. The opinions of others are often shaped by their own fears and limitations, not by the truth of what is possible for you. When you act with the confidence of completion, you no longer seek validation from external sources. Instead, you draw your strength from within, trusting that your path is yours to walk and that your vision is yours to fulfill. This level of confidence creates a ripple effect. When you carry yourself as though your empire already exists, others begin to see you in the same light. They sense your certainty, your clarity, and your purpose, and they respond accordingly. Opportunities arise, partnerships form, and circumstances shift to align with the energy you project. Confidence is magnetic. It draws to you the very resources and connections you need to bring your vision to life. Understand that acting with the confidence of completion is not about pretending or forcing yourself to feel something you do not. It is about choosing to align with the truth of who you are: a creator, a builder, a visionary. The empire you seek is not something separate from you. It is an extension of your inner being. When you act with the confidence of completion, you bridge the gap between imagination and reality, transforming your vision into existence through the power of belief and aligned action. End quote. So walk with purpose, speak with conviction, make decisions as though you already possess what you desire. Let your actions reflect the identity of someone who has already built their empire. In doing so, you align with the energy of success and draw it closer with every step you take. Your confidence is the key that unlocks the doors to your vision, turning dreams into reality and potential into power. Persistence is the cornerstone of creation. Every great builder understands that no structure, no masterpiece, no empire is ever completed without unwavering commitment to the process. To create the life you desire, to bring your vision to life, you must embody the same persistence. This is not mere effort or toil, but a steadfast determination to remain faithful to your assumption until it materializes. Reality will always conform to the persistence of the one who refuses to waver. The journey to manifesting your vision is often marked by moments of doubt, challenges, or delays. It is in these moments that your persistence is tested. A builder who abandons the work halfway never sees the fruits of their labor. The foundation may be laid, the walls may begin to rise, but without continued effort, the structure remains incomplete. Similarly, when you allow doubt to creep into your mind, you stall the progress of your creation. You stall the progress of your creation. Faith and persistence must walk hand in hand, for it is through these qualities that the unseen becomes seen. I think Anne Mary Churchill, whose speech is in this book, limitless, influencing, ethereal. Persistence requires you to remain loyal to your vision, no matter how your current circumstances may appear. The outer world often mirrors past assumptions, which means there may be a lag between your inner conviction and its external manifestation. During this time, it is easy to become discouraged or to question whether your vision will ever materialize. But this is the very moment when persistence is most critical. You must remind yourself that your reality is always catching up to your imagination. What you consistently assume and feel to be true will inevitably harden into fact if you refuse to give up. To persist does not mean forcing or struggling. It means resting in the knowing that what you desire is already yours. It means continuing to imagine, to feel, and to act as though your vision is already a reality, even when the evidence is not yet visible. Just as a builder continues to construct brick by brick, trusting the blueprint, you must remain committed to the inner work of aligning your thoughts and emotions with your desired outcome. This inner alignment is the foundation upon which all external manifestations are built. Consider the process of planting a seed. Once the seed is buried in the soil, you do not dig it up every day to check if it is growing. You water it, nurture it, and trust that in time it will sprout and grow into a thriving plant. The same is true for your vision. Once you have planted the seed of your desire in your imagination, your role is to nurture it with faith and persistence. Do not uproot it with doubt or impatience. Trust the process and continue to align your thoughts and actions with the reality you wish to create. Persistence also involves recognizing and overcoming resistance. The mind often clings to old patterns and beliefs that are out of alignment with your vision. These patterns may surface as negative thoughts, fears, or a tendency to focus on what is lacking. When this happens, it is important not to resist or fight these thoughts, but to gently redirect your focus back to your vision. Every time you do this, you strengthen your assumption and weaken the hold of the old patterns. Over time, the new assumption becomes dominant and the old one fades away. Persistence is not about ignoring reality or pretending that challenges do not exist. It is about acknowledging the challenges while remaining rooted in the truth of your vision. A builder does not abandon the work when faced with obstacles. They find solutions and adapt. Similarly, you must face challenges with the conviction that they are temporary and that your vision is inevitable. Every challenge is an opportunity to deepen your faith and strengthen your persistence. There may be times when the path forward feels unclear or when progress seems slow. In these moments, remind yourself that persistence is not measured by speed, but by consistency. Even small, steady steps taken with faith and determination will eventually lead to the realization of your vision. Do not compare your journey to others or become discouraged by the seeming success of those around you. Each person's path is unique, and your only responsibility is to remain faithful to your own vision. It is also important to celebrate every sign of progress, no matter how small. These signs are evidence that your persistence is working and that your reality is beginning to shift. Acknowledge them with gratitude and use them as fuel to continue. Gratitude amplifies your energy and reinforces your alignment with the reality you are creating. Persistence is the act of holding the end result in your mind and heart until it becomes tangible. It is refusing to give up, no matter how long it takes or how difficult the journey may seem. Remember, reality is malleable and it is shaped by the strength of your assumptions and the consistency of your focus. The builder who persists, who continues to lay brick after brick with unwavering belief, ultimately completes the structure and stands in awe of what they have created. So, persist. Remain faithful to your vision. Trust in the power of your imagination and the inevitability of your creation. Let every thought, every feeling, and every action be a testament to your unwavering belief. In time, your persistence will be rewarded, and the reality you once imagined will stand before you, fully realized. The work may take time, but the outcome is certain for those who do not waver. In conclusion, to build your empire, you must act with unshakable confidence, persist with unwavering faith, and embody the very essence of the person you wish to become. Your mind is the blueprint. Your actions must reflect the identity of a ruler, and your persistence will transform your vision into reality. Every step you take, every thought you align, every challenge you face, each is a part of the journey that leads to the realization of your dreams. But the empire you seek is not far away. It is being built within you, brick by brick, moment by moment, and you will see the outer world is made up. You are not merely waiting for your reality to change. You are the architect, the builder, and the creator of your destiny. Stay focused, remain disciplined, and never abandon your vision, for your empire is already in the making. It will materialize because of your persistence and belief. How can you know if you do not look like the outside world? Because of your persistence and belief. Thank you for allowing me to share this journey with you. Keep building, keep believing, and know that the life you desire is already yours. Stay strong, stay persistent, and watch as your empire comes to life. For a moment and imagine this. A farmer plants a seed in the fertile ground. He cannot see the seed, nor can he hear its growth beneath the soil. Yet he waters it daily, tends to the earth, and trusts the process. He knows that the seed, invisible to the eye, is growing roots deep into the ground. The harvest is certain, but it takes time. His decision is, I have planted a seed in the earth and trust the process. His decision is dry. You, my friend, are the farmer. Your desire is the seed. Whatever you seek, a new life, success, love, abundance, it has already been planted in the soil of your imagination. But like the farmer, you must not grow impatient. You must not dig up the seed to see if it's growing. You must trust in the unseen, for great things require nurturing and time. Whenever you begin to imagine what you really want in the future, you must trust in the unseen, for great things require nurturing and time. The world may tell you that time is your enemy, but time is not a delay. It is an essential part of the process. Time allows the roots to grow strong, so the fruit can last. If everything were to manifest the moment you thought it, there would be no strength, no permanence. You are being prepared in the waiting. Your character is being refined. Your faith is being tested. He tasted righteousness, and you tested in patience each time you finally came into the awareness. Your character was being refined. Your faith is being tested. What does it mean to persist? It means to remain faithful to the vision within you, no matter what your senses tell you. It means to close your ears to the noise of doubt, to quiet the voice that says, give up, it's taking too long. Do not measure progress by the evidence of your eyes. Measure it by the conviction of your heart. The greatest accomplishments are not born of haste, but of steadfastness. A diamond is formed through immense pressure and time. A tree that grows too quickly cannot withstand the storms. Likewise, your dream is being perfected, shaped, and strengthened so that it will endure. And to endure is the purpose of life. Botebert. If you feel like giving up, remind yourself of this truth. The vision you hold is not random. The very fact that you desire it means it is meant for you. Do not let go. Hold it in your imagination, as though it is already yours. Speak as though you have already received it. Act as though it is done, for in the unseen realm it already exists. waiting for you to call it into your life. Never give up, for the end is promised to the faithful. What you seek is seeking you. It is drawing closer with each moment that you persist. Water your dream daily with belief, patience, and gratitude. Let the process work through you, and in due time, you will reap the harvest. End of. Great things take time, but they are worth every moment of the wait. Trust, believe, and persist, and the life you imagine will become the life you live. Every great achievement begins in silence and darkness. The moments before the realization of a dream are often quiet, even still. They seem void of any progress, any movement, and yet they are the most significant moments of all. Imagine the seed buried deep within the soil. From the outside, it appears as if nothing is happening. The ground remains undisturbed, and the seed itself is unseen. But beneath the surface, a transformation is occurring. Within the stillness, life is forming. The seed is breaking open, roots are beginning to stretch, and the essence of what it is meant to become is taking shape. The sun sets senseless peace of the desert area, the calmness of the pond. The journey of a dream is no different. When you plant the seed of a desire in the soil of your imagination, it begins its process of growth in a realm invisible to the physical eye. This initial stage is often the most misunderstood, for it can feel like nothing is changing. You might look around and see no evidence that your desire is manifesting, no signs that your effort is bearing fruit. Yet, just like the seed buried in the earth, the foundation of your dream is forming in places you cannot yet perceive. Silence and darkness are not to be feared. They are the womb of creation. Every great achievement, every extraordinary life begins in this hidden space. It is here in the quiet that the roots of your dream anchor themselves deeply. These roots are essential, for they give your dream the strength to withstand the storms of life, the challenges and the trials that will surely come. Without this initial period of unseen growth, your dream would lack the foundation necessary to endure. But here lies the challenge. But silence can feel discouraging. The darkness can feel endless. You may find yourself questioning whether the seed you planted is still there. Doubt may whisper that nothing is happening, that perhaps you are wasting your time. Resist these voices. Remember, the seed does not question the soil. It does not wonder whether the sunlight will reach it or whether the rain will nourish it. The seed simply trusts the process. It remains in the darkness, confident that this phase is necessary for its ultimate transformation. Likewise, you must trust the process of your own life. Understand that what you have planted with your imagination and belief is not in vain. Your dream requires time to grow beneath the surface, to develop the structure that will allow it to rise above the soil. This period of quiet preparation is not a delay. It is a gift. It is a time for you to nurture your faith, to strengthen your resolve, and to prepare yourself for the day when your dream emerges into the light. The darkness also serves another purpose. It protects your dream. Just as the soil shields the seed from harsh conditions before it is ready to sprout, the unseen realm of your imagination safeguards your desire while it is in its most vulnerable stage. This is why it is crucial not to dig up the seed prematurely. Do not let impatience drive you to abandon your dream before it has had a chance to take root. Hold to your vision with unwavering faith, even when the world offers no evidence to support your belief. It is in this time of waiting that you are called to be persistent, not in effort or struggle, but in trust and conviction. Continue to water your dream with positive thought, to nourish it with the feeling of its fulfillment. Speak as though it is already done, and act in alignment with the reality you are creating. Though the surface may remain unchanged for a time, know that beneath it a profound transformation is unfolding. When the seed finally breaks through the soil and reaches for the light, it does so with strength and purpose. Its growth is steady, its foundation secure. So too will your dream emerge when the time is right. The silence and darkness will give way to light and manifestation, revealing the beauty of what was always destined to be. Great achievements are born in this process. not in haste, but in harmony with the natural rhythm of life. But in haste, but in harmony with the natural rhythm of life. Trust it, honor it, and know that the seed must first be buried before it can bloom. What you persistently believe and hold as true shapes the foundation upon which your desire will grow. Belief is not a fleeting thought or a passing hope. It is the steady, unshakable conviction that what you desire is already yours. It is the unseen foundation that supports the entire structure of your manifestation. Just as fertile soil determines the health and vitality of a plant, so too does your belief determine the strength and success of your dreams. Imagine for a moment the soil into which a seed is planted. If the soil is rich, well-nourished, and prepared with care, the seed has every opportunity to grow into a thriving, abundant plant. However, if the soil is barren, dry, or filled with rocks, the seed struggles to take root, and its growth is stunted. Your belief functions in the same way. It is the environment in which your desires grow. If your belief is strong, unwavering, and nurtured, your desires have the foundation they need to flourish. But if your belief is riddled with doubt, fear, or negativity, it creates resistance, making it harder for your desires to manifest. Your unconscious mind knows better than your conscious mind what to expect. Belief is not something that can be forced. It is cultivated over time, just as a gardener tends to the soil. It requires care and patience. You must examine the thoughts you hold as true and ask yourself whether they align with the reality you wish to create. Are your beliefs supporting your desires, or are they contradicting them? For instance, if you desire abundance but hold the belief that money is hard to come by, your soil is not fertile for the seed of abundance to grow. You must replace the limiting belief with one that empowers your desires, such as, money flows to me effortlessly and abundantly. You become aware of the existence of your awakening. You become aware of your awakening. To cultivate belief, you must become aware of the stories you tell yourself. Every thought, every assumption, and every inner dialogue contributes to the state of your belief. If you find yourself doubting, do not resist the doubt. Instead, gently redirect your focus. Remind yourself that belief is a practice, not a destination. Each time you affirm the reality you wish to experience, you are enriching the soil of your mind. Each time you feel the emotion of your desire as though it is already true, you are watering the seed of manifestation. Patience is crucial in this process. Just as a farmer does not expect a seed to sprout the moment it is planted, you must allow your belief to grow and solidify over time. Impatience can weaken your belief by introducing doubt. When you do not see immediate results, you may be tempted to question whether your desire is possible. Resist this urge. Trust that the seed is growing, even when it is not yet visible. Know that your belief is working beneath the surface, aligning circumstances and opportunities to bring your desire into reality. Belief is also deeply connected to feeling. To truly believe in your desire, you must feel it as though it is already yours. It is not enough to think, I want this. You must embody the feeling of, I already have this. When you immerse yourself in the emotion of your fulfilled desire, you are strengthening your belief. The mind cannot distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. Eventually, consciousness gives way to belief. Then the mind flows around, seeking what lies above the horizon. By consistently feeling the joy, gratitude, and excitement of your desire, you are convincing your mind that it is true. This emotional alignment accelerates the process of manifestation. It is important to guard your belief from external influences. The world may present evidence that contradicts your desire. People may tell you it is impossible or that you are wasting your time. Do not allow these external voices to weaken your inner conviction. Remember, belief is personal. It does not require validation from others. Your belief is enough, and it is the only thing that matters in the creation of your reality. You Your belief is the soil in which your desires take root and grow. Treat it with care, tend to it with love, and nourish it with patience. Be consistent in your practice of affirming and feeling the reality you wish to create. Trust that as your belief grows stronger, your desires are unfolding perfectly. The foundation you build with your belief will determine the beauty and abundance of what manifests in your life. This is the foundation you build with your belief will determine the beauty and abundance of what manifests in your life. Hold steadfast to your vision, for what you persistently believe and hold as true will shape your world. Time is not an enemy, it is a craftsman, molding and shaping your reality to align with your imagination. In the process of creation, time is not something to fear or resist. Instead, it is a necessary ally, a silent worker that ensures the perfection of your desire. The impatience we often feel is born from a misunderstanding of time's role in the unfolding of our dreams. We mistake the delay as denial, but in truth, time is working in your favor, building the foundation, structure, and details of your manifestation in ways you cannot yet perceive. In the structure and background, for example, consider the construction of a grand cathedral. Such a feat of artistry and engineering cannot be rushed. It requires time for the foundation to be laid, for the stones to be placed with precision, and for every detail to come together in harmony. If the builders were impatient, cutting corners in an effort to finish quickly, the structure would lack the strength and beauty it was meant to have. Your desires are no different. Time is the craftsman, ensuring that your dream is built with care, that every element aligns perfectly to create the reality you have imagined. Impatience often comes from the illusion that nothing is happening, but this is never the case. Even when you see no physical evidence of change, time is at work behind the scenes, orchestrating circumstances and aligning events. It is in this unseen realm that the true magic occurs. Time allows for the right people to come into your life, for the right opportunities to present themselves, and for the pieces of your dream to fit together seamlessly. By no means perfect, we all have shortcomings. Impatience often comes from the illusion that nothing is happening in your life, and without the gift of time, the manifestation would lack depth and completeness. Time is also a teacher. It teaches you to trust the process, to cultivate patience, and to deepen your faith in the unseen. It refines you, shaping your character and preparing you to receive the very thing you desire. Often the waiting period is not just about the external world aligning to your vision, it is about your internal alignment as well. Are you truly ready to receive what you have asked for? Are you truly ready to receive what you have asked for? Time gives you the space to grow into the version of yourself that is capable of holding the reality you are creating. This is the universal rule of time. Merchandise at about 1,000 years, and according to you, if left unchecked, you can be exposed to vicious and unrecoverable demons. This is why it is essential to shift your perspective on time. Instead of viewing it as a barrier standing between you and your dream, see it as a builder working tirelessly to bring your vision to life. When you understand that time is on your side, you no longer feel the need to rush or force outcomes. You can relax into the process, knowing that everything is unfolding in divine order. Patience is not passive. It is an active trust in the process of creation. It is a state of calm confidence where you hold your vision with unwavering faith while allowing time to do its work. During this period, your role is to continue nurturing your desire with belief and emotion. Keep your focus on the end result, not on the time it is taking. Resist the urge to measure progress by external circumstances, for what you see is only a fraction of what is unfolding. Time also allows you to gain clarity. Sometimes the delay in manifestation is an opportunity for you to refine your vision. What you think you want in one moment may evolve as you grow and gain deeper understanding. Time provides the space for this evolution, ensuring that what you ultimately receive is not just what you thought you wanted, but what is truly in alignment with your highest good. As always, with everything in life, there is a higher good. Trust that time is never wasted. Every moment, every day, is contributing to the fulfillment of your desire. Even the challenges and setbacks you encounter are part of the process, shaping you and your dream in ways that will become clear in hindsight. When you look back, you will see how perfectly everything came together, and you will understand that the timing was flawless, since it only happens when you expect that it would not happen. Time is not a barrier, it is a builder. It is the invisible hand crafting your reality with care and precision. Embrace it as your partner in creation, and let go of the need to control the pace of your manifestation. The dream you have imagined is already on its way, and time is ensuring that it arrives in its fullest, most beautiful form. Trust in the process, for what is meant for you will never pass you by, and it will come at the perfect moment when the masterpiece is complete. Persistence transforms the invisible into the visible. It is the unwavering commitment to hold a vision in your mind, to believe in its reality even when there is no outward evidence to support it. Every great manifestation, every creation in the physical world begins as an intangible idea, a spark of imagination that seems distant and unreal. Yet through persistence in thought and feeling, this intangible vision gains substance. It bridges the gap between the unseen and the experienced, turning what once existed only in your imagination into a tangible reality. Persistence is not merely about effort, it is about consistency in belief and focus. It is the act of aligning yourself day after day with the reality you wish to create. This alignment is not limited to fleeting thoughts or occasional wishes. It is a sustained state of being where your thoughts, emotions, and actions consistently reflect the truth of your desire. It is even when circumstances seem unchanged, even when the world around you appears indifferent, persistence is the force that keeps you connected to your vision. Persistence is the force that creates the meaning you crave. Persistence creates the moment-to-moment connection you crave. Persistence creates the moment. Imagine a sculptor chiseling away at a block of marble. At first glance, the marble is just a solid, unyielding mass, showing no sign of the beauty hidden within. But the sculptor sees what others cannot. With each stroke of the chisel, the invisible image in their mind begins to take shape in the visible world. The process requires patience, precision, and above all, persistence. The sculptor does not stop halfway because the final image is not yet apparent. They trust in the process, knowing that every effort, no matter how small, brings them closer to their vision. In the same way, persistence in thought and feeling is the chisel that shapes your reality, revealing the masterpiece that has always existed within the unseen. Persistence also builds momentum. Each time you focus on your desire with conviction, you add energy to its creation. Your consistent thoughts and feelings act as signals sent out into the unseen, calling forth the circumstances, people, and opportunities needed to bring your vision to life. It may seem slow at first, like rolling a heavy stone uphill, but with each push, the stone gains momentum. Eventually, it reaches a point where it moves with ease, and the results begin to flow effortlessly. This is the power of persistence. It sustains the energy of creation until it reaches a tipping point, where the unseen becomes visible. Where the unseen becomes visible. It is important to recognize that persistence does not mean forcing outcomes or obsessively controlling the process. True persistence is a state of inner certainty, a quiet but firm knowing that your desire is already yours. It is the ability to remain focused and aligned without succumbing to frustration or doubt. When you persist with this calm assurance, you align yourself with the natural flow of creation, allowing the universe to work through you and for you. The challenges and delays you encounter along the way are not obstacles, but opportunities to deepen your persistence. They test your resolve and strengthen your commitment. Each time you choose to believe in your vision despite outward appearances, you reinforce the bridge between the invisible and the visible. You prove to yourself that your inner reality is more powerful than external circumstances, that your imagination holds the key to creation, and one day even the creation. Imagination. Persistence transforms these moments of uncertainty into stepping stones, each one bringing you closer to your goal. End of practical, rational thought. Feelings are just as important as thoughts in this process. It is not enough to think about your desire. You must feel as though it is already yours. Your emotions are the fuel that powers your vision, infusing it with life and vibrancy. Persistence in feeling means embodying the emotions of your desired reality, living in the joy, gratitude, and excitement of having already received it. Awakening is a great thing, and confidence in being without conceit or doubt in your mind begins when this emotional alignment is what draws the invisible into the visible, turning your thoughts into lived experiences. 2. The journey of persistence requires trust. Trust in yourself, in your vision, and in the unseen forces that support you. Even when the physical world shows no signs of progress, trust that the seeds you have planted are growing beneath the surface. Like a gardener tending to their crops, your role is to nurture your vision with care and consistency, knowing that the harvest will come in its time. More important now, you trust that what is forbidden will eventually be transformed. And in the darkness, persistence is an act of faith. It is the belief that your imagination is not a fleeting dream, but a blueprint for reality. It is the understanding that the unseen is as real as the seen, that your inner world is the foundation upon which your outer world is built. When you persist in thought and feeling, you create a bridge between these two realms, allowing your vision to flow into manifestation. The invisible becomes visible, and what once seemed impossible becomes your lived reality. Persist, and watch as your inner world transforms your outer world. The wait is not only about receiving the outcome, it is about becoming the version of yourself who is worthy of it. When you desire something deeply, the journey toward that desire is as important as the fulfillment itself. The process of waiting, striving, and growing is where transformation occurs. It is during this time that you are shaped into the person capable of not only attaining, but also sustaining and appreciating what you seek. The journey is not a punishment, it is a gift, a necessary path that refines you and prepares you for the greater reality you are manifesting. Consider for a moment the caterpillar that becomes a butterfly. The caterpillar does not simply wake up one day with wings. It undergoes a profound transformation within the cocoon. In the darkness and stillness, it dissolves its old form and is remade into something entirely new. This process cannot be rushed or avoided, for it is the struggle within the cocoon that strengthens its wings, preparing it to fly. In much the same way, your journey refines you. It strips away the doubts, fears, and limitations that no longer serve you, creating space for the person you are meant to become. The wait is a mirror, reflecting back to you all that you need to address within yourself. It reveals your patterns, your beliefs, and your assumptions about life. It shows you where you may be holding on to fear or resistance, where you lack trust in yourself or the process. These revelations are not meant to discourage you. They are opportunities for growth. Each moment of waiting invites you to release what is no longer in alignment with your highest self, and to embrace a new way of being. Patience is not a passive act. It is an active state of becoming. While you wait, you are being prepared. The experiences you encounter along the way, the challenges, the setbacks, the moments of doubt, are all part of this preparation. They teach you resilience, strength, and trust. They sharpen your focus and deepen your understanding of what you truly desire. Often what you think you want at the start of the journey evolves as you grow. The waiting period refines not only you, but also your vision, ensuring that what you ultimately receive is in perfect alignment with your highest good. The journey also tests your commitment. Do you truly believe in your desire? Are you willing to trust the process, even when the outcome is not yet visible? These questions are answered in the way you show up during the wait. If you find yourself tempted to give up or settle for less, recognize that these moments are not signs of failure but opportunities to recommit. They are moments where you choose, again and again, to align with the vision you hold in your heart. The refinement that occurs during the journey is what makes the outcome meaningful. If everything you wanted was handed to you instantly, without effort or growth, it would lack depth and significance. The journey gives you the chance to earn your wings, to become the person who can fully appreciate and steward the reality you are creating. It is not just about the achievement, but about the person you become in the process. Breakthrough moments and new experiences are available to all your customers in the end. Trust that every step of the journey is intentional. Even when it feels slow or uncertain, the delays and detours are shaping you in ways you may not yet understand. Each challenge strengthens your character, and each moment of doubt invites you to deepen your faith. The waiting period is not a void. It is an incubator, a sacred space where transformation occurs. Honor the space, for it is as important as the destination. When the outcome finally arrives, you will see how necessary the journey was. You will understand that the wait was not in vain, for it was during the wait that you grew into the version of yourself who could fully receive and embody the desire. The fulfillment of your dream will not only bring joy, but also a deep sense of gratitude for the process that made it possible. That's the sense of salvation. That's the residue of the drama, embryology, intention, and realization that makes the truth in you. You will look back and see how every moment, every lesson, and every challenge contributed to the beautiful reality you now hold. The journey refines you. It is not something to resist but to embrace. It is the alchemy that transforms you, shaping you into the person you were always meant to be. Trust the process, honor the wait, and know that everything is unfolding in perfect timing. What you seek is seeking you, and the journey is preparing you to meet it as your highest, truest self. Faith is the unseen evidence of things hoped for, the quiet assurance that your desire is unfolding even when there is no physical proof to support it. It is the inner conviction that what you have imagined is already on its way, that the reality you seek is not only possible but inevitable. Faith operates in the unseen realms, beyond the limits of your senses and the confines of logic. It is the bridge between your imagination and your reality, the unseen force that turns thought into form. When you plant a seed in the soil, you do not dig it up every day to check if it is growing. You trust that beneath the surface, unseen to the eye, the seed is transforming. Roots are forming, growth is taking place, and in time, the seed will break through the earth and reveal itself as a plant. Faith works in the same way. It is the quiet knowing that even when you cannot see any evidence, the process of creation is underway. Your desire is like that seed, and faith is the soil in which it is nurtured. Faith asks you to trust in the invisible. This is not always easy, especially when circumstances seem to contradict your vision. Yet this is precisely when faith becomes most powerful. When the outer world appears unchanged, it is an invitation to look within and reaffirm your belief. Your imagination is the evidence of things unseen, the inner proof that your desire is already real. It may not yet have materialized in the physical world, but it exists in the realm of thought and feeling. And that is the first step in its creation. The beginning of understanding, the beginning of the creation. Doubt and fear are the greatest enemies of faith. They whisper that nothing is happening, that your efforts are in vain, that your dream is out of reach. But these voices are illusions, reflections of old beliefs that no longer serve you. Faith asks you to rise above these doubts, to hold steadfast to your vision even when the evidence is not yet visible. It is the act of choosing to believe in the unseen, to trust that the universe is working behind the scenes to bring your desire to fruition. This trust is not blind. It is rooted in the understanding of how creation works. Everything begins in the unseen. The chair you sit on, the house you live in, the technology you use, all of it began as an idea in someone's mind before it became a tangible reality. The same principle applies to your desires. What you hold in your imagination with conviction will, in time, take form in your world. Faith is the assurance that this process is always at work, even when you cannot see it. The waiting period is where faith is tested and strengthened. It is easy to believe when results are immediate, but true faith persists in the absence of evidence. It is during this time that you are called to trust the process, to remain aligned with your vision, and to continue nurturing your desire with positive thoughts and feelings. Every moment of doubt is an opportunity to deepen your faith, to reaffirm your belief in the unseen forces that are working on your behalf. Faith also transforms the way you experience the present moment. When you trust that your desire is unfolding, you no longer feel the need to rush or force outcomes. You can relax into the process, finding peace and joy in the present, knowing that the future is secure. This shift in perspective not only strengthens your faith, but also aligns you with the energy of your desire, accelerating its manifestation. The power of faith lies in its ability to create a sense of certainty within you. When you truly believe in your desire, you act as if it is already yours. You speak, think, and feel from a place of fulfillment, not lack. This alignment with the end result is what draws your desire into your reality. Faith is the magnetic force that bridges the gap between your imagination and the physical world, turning your unseen vision into seen reality. So how sure are you of your unseen vision? Even when nothing appears to be happening, trust that everything is unfolding perfectly. The universe operates with precision, orchestrating events, aligning circumstances, and preparing you to receive what you have asked for. Just because you cannot see the process does not mean it is not happening. Like the seed growing beneath the soil, your desire is unfolding in its own time, in its own way, and it will reveal itself when the moment is right. And faith is the unseen evidence of what is to come. It is the quiet assurance that your imagination is not a dream, but a blueprint for reality. Trust the process, believe in the unseen, and hold your vision with unwavering conviction. What you desire is already on its way, and your faith is the force that ensures its arrival. In conclusion, remember that great things take time, and every step of the journey serves a purpose. The seed must be buried to grow. Belief is the fertile soil that nurtures it. Time is the craftsman that shapes it. The journey refines you into the person worthy of receiving it. And faith is the unseen evidence that it is already unfolding. Trust the process, hold your vision with unwavering conviction, and know that all is aligning in perfect timing. My dear friends, when faced with the sharp sting of disrespect, resist the urge to lash out, for it is in these moments that your greatest power resides. Not in retaliation, but in silence. The world often teaches us to fight fire with fire, but I tell you, it is the still waters that run the deepest. Silence is not weakness, it is wisdom in its purest form. When you choose not to respond, you rise above the noise of the world. Those who seek to disrespect you are not attacking your true self, they are revealing their own limitations. Your silence reflects their inability to touch your spirit. Understand this: disrespect is a fleeting shadow, but your inner calm is eternal. By staying quiet, you preserve the sanctity of your inner temple. Why allow the chaos of others to disturb your peace? Your energy is sacred. Guard it fiercely. In your silence, you teach others that you are not to be dragged into the mud of petty quarrels. You show that your dignity is untouchable, your self-worth unshaken. It is in these moments of restraint that the universe takes note, aligning itself to bring balance and justice. Trust the unseen forces to act on your behalf. Do not mistake silence for passivity. It is, in fact, an active declaration of self-mastery. By refusing to react, you say to the world, I am the creator of my reality. Your disrespect has no power over me. Disrespect has no power over me. And so, when the storms of disrespect rage, be the calm in the center. Stay quiet, not because you cannot respond, but because you choose not to. For it is in that choice that you unlock your greatest strength. The universe always hears your silence. Let it be filled with the calm assurance that you are untouchable, immovable, and divine. Belachedem. In the face of disrespect, there is often a natural urge to respond, to defend oneself, or to retaliate in kind. However, true strength lies in resisting this impulse and choosing silence instead. Silence, in its profound stillness, carries an extraordinary power that transcends the noise of reaction. It is not a sign of weakness or submission, but rather a declaration of self-respect, emotional mastery, and inner strength. When someone disrespects you, they are often seeking a reaction. Their words or actions are designed to provoke, to pull you into their world of negativity. By responding, you inadvertently give them control over your emotions and energy. But when you choose silence, you deny them this power. Your lack of response sends a clear and unshakable message. You are above their behavior, and your peace is not theirs to disturb. In this way, silence becomes a shield, a protective barrier that preserves your dignity and emotional balance. Silence is not passive, it is deliberate. It requires a deep sense of self-awareness and control to hold your tongue when your instincts urge you to speak. But in that quiet restraint lies a profound strength. It takes far more courage to remain composed than to react impulsively. To stay silent is to demonstrate that you are in command of yourself, that your emotions do not rule you, and that external circumstances cannot dictate your inner state. It is an act of defiance against negativity, showing that you will not be pulled into the chaos of someone else's making. Silence is a mirror. When you choose not to react, the one who disrespected you is left to confront their own actions without the distraction of your response. They are forced to sit with their behavior, to see it reflected back at them, without justification or counterattack. In this way, silence can be a teacher, offering a lesson far more impactful than any argument or retort could deliver. It places the responsibility for their actions squarely on their shoulders, while you remain untouchable. As I've said, this killing is of little importance because you are living in their minds and because you are living in their future. Silence also signals a profound respect for yourself. By refusing to engage, you affirm that your energy and attention are too valuable to waste on negativity. You send a message to yourself and to the world that you will not lower yourself to meet disrespect on its level. This self-respect is empowering. It strengthens your sense of worth and reinforces the boundaries you have set for how others are allowed to treat you. Most events balance you out and defeat you in one way or the other, dissolve business relationships, or the venue in which silence creates space for clarity, for reflection, and for peace. When you do not react immediately, you give yourself the opportunity to process what has happened without the cloud of anger or hurt. In this space, you can make decisions that are aligned with your values and long-term goals, rather than being driven by temporary emotions. You reclaim your power to choose your response, rather than allowing someone else's behavior to dictate it, is not always easy. It can feel unnatural, even painful to remain quiet when disrespected. But this is where its true power lies. The difficulty of staying silent is what makes it such a transformative practice. It requires you to rise above the situation, to see it from a higher perspective. It asks you to trust in your own strength and in the truth that you do not need to defend your worth to anyone. Your silence is your defense, and it is far more eloquent than words could ever be. This practice of silence builds resilience. It strengthens your ability to remain calm and centered no matter what external circumstances arise. It teaches you to prioritize your peace above all else and to value your energy as a precious resource. And it aligns you with a higher level of being, one where you are no longer reacting to life, but creating it on your terms. You align yourself with power, grace, and wisdom. You show the world that you are not defined by the actions of others, but by the strength of your character. And in that silence, you reclaim your rightful place as the master of your emotions, the guardian of your peace, and the creator of your reality. No! When faced with disrespect or negativity, the natural instinct for many is to engage, to defend, or to retaliate. Yet there is a greater power in choosing not to react, in stepping back and observing instead of participating. This act of staying quiet is not a sign of passivity. Rather, it is an intentional practice of detachment that allows you to reclaim control over your emotions, your energy, and ultimately, your state of mind. Detachment is the art of removing yourself emotionally from the chaos around you. It is not about indifference, nor does it mean you do not care about what has happened. Instead, it means you refuse to allow the actions or words of others to control your inner state. You recognize that engaging in their negativity is like stepping into a trap. Once you enter, it becomes difficult to extricate yourself without harm. By staying quiet, you sidestep that trap entirely. You disengage from the toxic energy and in doing so protect your peace. When someone disrespects you, their intention, whether conscious or not, is to provoke an emotional reaction. They seek to pull you into their narrative, to control your focus, and to manipulate your energy. If you react, you feed the negativity, giving it more power than it deserves. But when you remain silent, you refuse to play their game. You break the cycle of reaction and counter-reaction, leaving their attempts to provoke you powerless. Your silence is a declaration that your peace is not negotiable, that your emotional well-being is under your control and not subject to the whims of others. This detachment through silence also creates a space for reflection. When you do not react immediately, you give yourself time to step back and assess the situation from a broader perspective. In that quiet space, you gain clarity. You begin to see that the disrespect directed at you is not truly about you. It is a reflection of the other person's state of mind, their insecurities, or their unresolved issues. Their behavior is a projection of their inner turmoil, and by staying detached, you refuse to let their struggle become yours. Detachment does not mean avoidance or repression. It is not about burying your feelings or pretending the situation did not affect you. Instead, it is about choosing how you respond to those feelings. When you remain quiet, you give yourself the opportunity to process your emotions privately, without the added pressure of someone else's influence. You reclaim the right to decide what the situation means to you and how you will move forward, rather than allowing the other person's actions to dictate your response. But staying quiet and detached, you also send a powerful message to those around you. Your lack of reaction shows that you are not easily swayed or controlled. It demonstrates strength and self-respect, signaling that you will not lower yourself to meet negativity on its level. This quiet confidence often has a disarming effect. It forces others to confront their behavior without the distraction of an argument or retaliation. Then, in many cases, it causes them to reflect on their actions in a way that words never could. Yes, this can be painful in the end, certainly. Detachment through silence is also an act of self-preservation. Your energy is a finite resource, and it should not be squandered on situations or people that do not serve your growth. Engaging with negativity drains that energy, leaving you depleted and unfocused. By staying quiet, you conserve your energy for the things that truly matter, your goals, your passions, and your well-being. When you look for the answer, make it by entering the space of the silence and being without distractions and your well-being. You shift your focus away from external chaos and back to your own inner world where your true power resides. This practice of detachment also aligns you with the higher level of consciousness. It teaches you to rise above the petty conflicts and distractions of the world, to see them for what they are, fleeting and insignificant in the grand scheme of your life. It reminds you that you are not defined by the opinions or actions of others, but by the choices you make and the energy you cultivate within yourself. Detachment is freedom. It frees you from the need for validation, from the cycle of reaction, and from the emotional weight of negativity. It empowers you to live on your terms, unshaken by the external world. By staying quiet and detached, you reclaim your power, standing firm in the knowledge that your peace is yours to protect and your energy is yours to direct. In this way, silence becomes not just a response, but a statement of self-mastery and inner strength. Disrespect is an act that reveals far more about the person delivering it than it does about the one on the receiving end. It is a reflection of their character, their state of mind, and their internal struggles. When someone chooses to treat you with contempt or disregard, it is not a statement about your value. It is a projection of their own insecurities, fears, or unresolved issues. To take their words or actions personally is to misunderstand the root of the behavior. By choosing silence in such moments, you separate yourself from their negativity and demonstrate that you are operating from a higher plane of awareness. Silence in the face of disrespect is not weakness, it is wisdom. It is the understanding that you do not need to defend yourself against baseless attacks because they do not define you. When you know your worth, you recognize that someone else's inability to see it does not diminish it. Their disrespect speaks to their limitations, not to your value. By remaining silent, you refuse to validate their behavior with your attention or energy. Instead, your silence becomes a quiet declaration of self-respect and inner strength. When you do not respond to disrespect, you deny the other person the reaction they are seeking. Often, their behavior is designed to provoke, to elicit a response that justifies their negativity or validates their misplaced anger. By staying silent, you disarm them. You leave them alone with their actions, forcing them to confront the emptiness of their behavior. Your silence acts as a mirror, reflecting back their own energy without distortion. In that reflection, they may see the truth of their actions, though whether they choose to acknowledge it is up to them. Choosing silence also allows you to rise above the situation. Disrespect thrives on conflict. It feeds on engagement. But when you refuse to engage, you take the higher ground. You demonstrate that you will not lower yourself to their level, that your peace and dignity are not negotiable. This act of rising above does not go unnoticed. It sets you apart as someone who operates from a place of self-mastery, someone who is unshaken by the noise of negativity. It shows that you are guided by principles and not by impulsive reactions. I'll tell you. This approach does not mean that you ignore your feelings or suppress your emotions. Disrespect can hurt, and it is natural to feel anger, sadness, or disappointment when treated poorly. But by staying silent, you give yourself the space to process those emotions in a healthy way. You take the time to reflect on what happened and decide how you want to move forward, rather than being swept up in the heat of the moment. This measured response is a testament to your emotional intelligence and self-control. Your silence is also a signal to the universe about what you will and will not tolerate. By not engaging with disrespect, you set a boundary that says, I will not give my energy to this. Boundaries are not just for the benefit of others. they are also for yourself. They remind you of your worth and help you maintain alignment with the person you aspire to be. Each time you choose silence over reaction, you reinforce your commitment to living in accordance with your values. Each time you choose silence over reaction, you reinforce your commitment to live in accordance with your values. Over time, this practice of silence becomes a powerful habit. It strengthens your resilience and builds your confidence. You realize that you do not need to defend yourself against every slight or prove your worth to those who cannot see it. Your worth is inherent, and it remains intact regardless of how others treat you. When you internalize this truth, disrespect loses its power. It becomes noise in the background, unable to touch the core of who you are. The way someone treats you is a reflection of them, not you. Your response or lack of it is what defines you. By staying silent in the face of disrespect, you choose to embody grace, wisdom, and self-respect. You show that you understand your value and you refuse to let anyone diminish it. Your silence becomes a testament to your strength, a sign that you operate from a higher plane where peace and dignity reign supreme. It is a quiet but profound act of reclaiming your power and protecting your inner harmony. Silence is a shield, a sanctuary that protects your energy from the chaos of the outside world. In a world filled with noise, distractions, and emotional turbulence, the ability to remain quiet in the face of provocation is one of the most powerful tools for preserving your inner peace and clarity. Silence is not a passive response. It is an intentional act of self-preservation, a conscious choice to safeguard your emotional and mental well-being from unnecessary disturbances. When you choose to remain silent, especially in moments of conflict or disrespect, you are drawing a line around your energy. You are saying, "This is mine to protect, and I will not allow external chaos to invade my inner world." Reacting to every insult, disagreement, or provocation is like opening the doors to your sanctuary and inviting chaos inside. Silence, on the other hand, keeps those doors firmly closed, ensuring that your focus and peace remain intact. One of the greatest advantages of silence is that it prevents you from being drained by negativity. Engaging in arguments or responding to disrespect requires energy. Emotional, mental, and even physical energy. The more you give to these situations, the more depleted you become. By staying quiet, you conserve that energy for what truly matters: your growth, your goals, and your well-being. You recognize that not every battle is worth fighting, and not every comment deserves a response. Silence also allows you to maintain clarity in the midst of chaos. When emotions run high, it is easy to lose perspective and act impulsively. Words spoken in anger or frustration often lead to regret, as they are driven by temporary feelings rather than thoughtful reflection. But when you choose silence, you create a space for stillness. In that stillness, you can observe the situation objectively, without being swept away by the tide of emotions. You can see things as they truly are, rather than through the distorted lens of conflict. In this way, silence becomes a form of discipline. It requires strength to resist the urge to react, to hold your tongue when your instinct is to speak out. But this discipline is a gift to yourself. It teaches you to prioritize your peace over temporary satisfaction, to value your energy over fleeting victories. Over time, this practice of silence strengthens your emotional resilience. You become less reactive, less easily provoked, and more grounded in your own sense of self. You doubtless feel a change in silence, and you think about peace, mindfulness, and separation. Silence is not about avoidance or suppression. It is not about pretending that nothing affects you or ignoring your feelings. Instead, it is about choosing a response that aligns with your highest self. By staying quiet, you give yourself the time and space to process your emotions in a healthy way. You honor your feelings by not reacting impulsively, but instead allowing them to flow through you without letting them take control. This mindful approach helps you to stay balanced, even in challenging situations. Another benefit of silence is that it shifts your focus inward. When you are not constantly reacting to external stimuli, you have more energy to devote to your inner world. You can reflect on your thoughts, evaluate your priorities, and reconnect with your purpose. This inward focus is essential for personal growth and self-awareness. It allows you to stay aligned with your values and intentions, even when the outside world tries to pull you off course. Silence also sends a powerful message to others. When you remain quiet in the face of provocation, you demonstrate that you are not easily shaken. You show that you value your peace and dignity more than the need to prove a point or win an argument. This quiet confidence often commands more respect than any words could. It shows that you are in control of yourself and that your energy is too precious to waste on negativity. Silence is a tool for empowerment. It puts you in the driver's seat of your emotional state, giving you the ability to choose how you respond to the world around you. It reminds you that your peace is yours to protect and that no one has the power to disturb it without your consent. By staying quiet, you reclaim control over your energy and direct it toward what truly matters. Because, in a world that often values noise and reaction, choosing silence is a radical act of self-care. It is a statement that you will not be swept away by the chaos of the outside world. Instead, you will stand firm in your own peace, preserving your energy and clarity for the things that truly matter. Silence is not just the absence of words. It is the presence of strength, wisdom, and self-respect. Through silence, you protect your inner world and honor the power that comes from within. Silence, in its quiet strength, carries a powerful lesson that speaks louder than words. When you choose not to react to provocation, disrespect, or negativity, you demonstrate a level of self-discipline that commands respect. This choice to remain silent is not an act of passivity. It is an act of mastery. It sends a clear and undeniable message to the world. You are in control of yourself, and your respect is not something to be taken for granted or manipulated. It is something that must be earned. Choosing silence in moments of conflict is a profound example of restraint. It shows that you understand the value of your words and emotions, and that you will not waste them on situations or people that do not deserve them. Reacting impulsively might satisfy a fleeting desire to defend yourself or prove a point, but it often escalates the situation and diminishes your power. Silence, on the other hand, maintains your dignity and composure. Silence, on the other hand, maintains your dignity and composure. It teaches others that your energy is sacred and will not be spent on trivial matters. Your silence also reflects emotional maturity. It reveals that you are not ruled by your emotions, but are instead guided by a deeper sense of purpose and clarity. To remain quiet in the face of disrespect requires inner strength and self-awareness. It is not about suppressing your feelings, but about choosing a response that aligns with your values. This restraint teaches others that power is not found in loud words or heated reactions, but in the ability to remain calm and centered, even under pressure. When you remain silent, you challenge others to reflect on their behavior. Without the distraction of an emotional reaction, they are left to sit with their own words and actions. Your silence becomes a mirror, forcing them to confront the truth of their conduct. In many cases, this lack of engagement can lead to self-awareness on their part. It gives them the space to reconsider their approach, to recognize the impact of their words, and to question their own motivations. Silence, in this way, becomes a subtle yet powerful teacher. At the same time, your silence sets a boundary. It communicates that you will not engage with negativity or be drawn into unproductive conflicts. This boundary is not spoken but felt. It shows others that you value yourself and your peace above the need to prove a point. It teaches them that your respect is not something they can demand or force. It is something that must be earned through mutual understanding and genuine connection. This lesson extends beyond the individual moments of conflict. By consistently choosing silence over unnecessary reactions, you cultivate a reputation for strength and self-control. People begin to recognize that you are not easily provoked, that you do not engage in drama, and that you operate from a place of wisdom. This reputation teaches others how to approach you with respect, mindfulness, and care. They come to understand that you are not someone to be trifled with, and that your time and energy are valuable. Silence also teaches others the importance of self-discipline. In a world where reacting impulsively is often the norm, your ability to remain composed stands out. It inspires those around you to consider their own responses and to strive for the same level of control and awareness. Your silence becomes an example of how to navigate challenges with grace and dignity. It shows that restraint is not a sign of weakness, but of incredible strength. Your silence is a lesson in self-respect. It demonstrates that you know your worth and that you will not lower yourself to meet someone else's negativity. It teaches others that you operate from a higher standard, one that prioritizes peace, integrity, and self-mastery. By not reacting, you show that your sense of self is not dependent on the opinions or actions of others. This unwavering confidence is a lesson in itself, inspiring others to cultivate the same sense of inner strength. In the grandest game, silence teaches that actions speak louder than words. The way you carry yourself, the way you choose to respond or not respond, leaves a lasting impression. It is a reminder that true power does not need to announce itself. It is felt in the quiet confidence of someone who knows their worth and refuses to be drawn into the chaos of others. In a moment I heard this parable: the yogi who saw himself, stirred by the perception of breath, fluttered like a flower of air. Your silence is a gift to yourself and a lesson to the world. It protects your peace, preserves your energy, and sets a standard for how you expect to be treated. It teaches others that respect is not given lightly, but must be earned through mutual understanding and integrity. By choosing silence, you embody the strength of restraint, the value of self-discipline, and the profound wisdom of knowing when to speak and when to stay quiet. The universe operates on energy, vibration, and intention. Every thought, word, and action sends out ripples into the world, shaping the reality you experience. When you choose to stay quiet in the face of negativity, you are doing far more than avoiding conflict. You are aligning yourself with a higher frequency, one that channels your energy toward creation and manifestation. This inner calm, this deliberate choice to disengage from chaos, allows you to harmonize with the flow of the universe and direct your focus toward what truly matters. The following exercise, choosing a happy time, enables you to surrender the control of emotions and become aware of the flow of oneness that controls you. Staying quiet is not a sign of weakness or indifference. It is a powerful act of self-mastery. It reflects an understanding that engaging in negativity only dilutes your energy and diverts your focus from your higher intentions. Words spoken in anger or frustration carry a chaotic vibration, and that vibration resonates within you long after the moment has passed. By remaining calm and silent, you protect yourself from this internal turbulence. You choose to maintain clarity and preserve your energy for what serves your highest good. This inner calm creates a fertile ground for manifestation. When you're not consumed by the drama of the outside world, you have the space and clarity to focus on your desires. The energy you might have wasted on arguments or emotional reactions is now available for creative and constructive purposes. You become a conscious participant in the process of creation, using your thoughts and intentions to shape your reality. The universe responds to this calm, focused energy by aligning circumstances and opportunities in your favor. Silence also allows you to connect with your inner self, the part of you that is in tune with the infinite intelligence of the universe. When the mind is noisy with reactions, judgments, and anxieties, it is difficult to hear the subtle guidance that comes from within. But in the stillness of silence, you can access a deeper wisdom. This inner guidance often points you toward the path of least resistance, the path that leads to the fulfillment of your desires. By staying quiet, You open yourself to this divine connection and allow the universe to work through you. In moments of silence, you also begin to understand the power of detachment. Engaging in negativity ties you to the very things you wish to move away from. Reacting to disrespect, for example, anchors you in the vibration of conflict and defensiveness. But by choosing silence, you detach from the situation. You release the need to prove yourself or control the outcome. This detachment sends a powerful signal to the universe. You trust the process and you trust yourself. It shows that you are not dependent on external validation or circumstances to feel whole. This sense of trust and detachment creates a magnetic energy that draws positive outcomes to you. And the term Yoshi. Furthermore, silence shifts your focus from external chaos to your inner world. It allows you to redirect your energy toward gratitude, visualization, and intention setting. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong or what others said, you can focus on what you want to create. This shift in focus is transformative. The universe responds not to what you do not want, but to the energy of what you are focused on. When you choose to dwell in thoughts of abundance, peace, and joy, you align yourself with those realities, making it easier for them to manifest. Inner calm also enhances your emotional resilience. When you practice silence, you cultivate the ability to remain centered, regardless of what is happening around you. This calmness is a powerful attractor. People, opportunities, and circumstances are drawn to your balanced energy. The universe too responds to this equilibrium by orchestrating events that match your inner state. Calmness becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, bringing more peace and harmony into your life. Many things actually begin with the self-fulfilling prophecy, bringing more peace and harmony into your life. Shirikhines. Staying quiet in challenging moments is also a testament to your faith in the greater plan. It is a declaration that you do not need to control every situation because you trust that the universe is always working in your favor. This faith creates a ripple effect, amplifying your alignment with universal energy. The less you resist, the more effortlessly things begin to flow. Silence then becomes an act of surrender, a way of saying, I trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Silence amplifies your power of observation. When you are not consumed by the need to react, you can step back and see situations more clearly. You notice patterns, motivations, and dynamics that might have been hidden in the noise of emotional reactions. This clarity helps you make better decisions and navigate your path with wisdom. The universe rewards this heightened awareness by bringing greater synchronicity and alignment into your life. First, you are choosing alignment. You are saying no to chaos and yes to creation. You are channeling your energy away from fleeting negativity and toward lasting fulfillment. The universe, in turn, responds to this inner calm by reflecting it back to you in the form of peace, abundance, and joy. It is a powerful reminder that the external world is merely a mirror of your internal state. When you cultivate calm within, you invite harmony into every area of your life. In the grand tapestry of life, silence is not just the absence of words. It is the presence of power, wisdom, and alignment with the universe. By choosing quiet strength over reactive chaos, you reclaim your energy, protect your peace, and rise above the fleeting distractions of negativity. Silence becomes your shield, your teacher, and your greatest ally, allowing you to navigate life with grace, dignity, and unwavering focus. The universe responds to the energy you emit. When you remain calm, centered, and aligned, you become a magnet for abundance, harmony, and fulfillment. Your silence speaks volumes. It tells the world that you know your worth, trust the process, and operate from a higher plane of existence. It is this unwavering serenity which claims the ear of the world and settles the eye like gravity. You are gentle and logical in your approach. Trust the process and operate from a higher plane of existence. Thank you for choosing to embrace the power of silence. May your journey be filled with peace, strength, and limitless possibilities.